Hello and welcome to another episode with me, Carolyn from Crafting with Glorious Purpose, where here we make unique and custom gifts for you or for that special someone. This week, it's already starting off great. Wait till you hear this one. So like I said, this week is already starting off great. So this is Tuesday. I didn't film yesterday only because it was really didn't have much and nothing really was going on. I did, however, check my email and I got an email from Stripe saying that they blocked suspicious activity. Basically saying that they blocked a transaction going through on my retail site, and that they wanted to let me know that they monitored it and they blocked it. So when I logged into my dashboard on my Stripe account, so within there, I don't have a lot of transactions. I think maybe 31 of them are actually legit transactions for my small business. What's funny is I had almost like 200, I think it was like 178 transactions in there. And I was like, wait, what? So then I looked and I had to scroll through to get through all of them, but they were all blocked. They were all stolen credit cards and they were entering them within minutes of each other, like rapid fire. So they were trying to buy a sticker for $4. It ends up being, with the tax and the fees and everything, was $4.03. So all I have is 100 and some transactions that are $4.03. Some were blocked, some were failed because they didn't have sufficient, or they were incomplete because they didn't finish the information. Other ones failed because the credit card didn't have sufficient funds. And then I woke up this morning, one made through. So I had a actual order this morning when I woke up on my big cartel for $4.03. So you better believe I checked that one out. So that one came with the actual same mailing address that they've been using on these other 100 and some transactions. It's a New York address, and every single one of them has the same, but they just changed out the name on it, and the email address to go with it. Some were credit cards originating in Puerto Rico, Australia, United States was the bulk of them. But they had hit me up nonstop through there. So I immediately refunded the money as per Stripe and marked it as fraud. As of like maybe 2 hours ago, like we're looking at lunchtime here now, 2 or 3 hours ago, I was still getting transactions in my Stripe that were blocking. However, here's the caveat to that. I still get charged 75 cents for the transaction fee if I refund one that actually makes it through. So let me tell you how happy I am about that, because it's not going to go back to the card holder because they had their card stolen, and it's not going to go to the scammer because, well, why would it? So it falls on the small business. So super excited about that, but I ended up putting my store on maintenance because I am almost at 300 transactions all within a 2-day period that are just all scammer cards. This is really kind of getting on my last nerve. So I don't know what else to do other than maybe reaching out to my, because Stripe's going to tell me they can monitor it and block it, but it's going to cost me a monthly fee, which no, thank you. My other thing is trying to figure out a way to block that address or something through my big cartel. So I might be calling them, and getting advice on what to do there. But this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's every 2 minutes. Like, this one was a card at 241, 242, 250, 253. Like, it's that same cadence the whole way. Like, they just have been going strong for 2 days, for 2 days straight. Like, you look at the times, there's no downtime. It's just nonstop. So I can't imagine, had these all gone through, because then I would have gotten dinged quite a bit, other than 75 cents. I mean, I'm still pretty pissed about the 75 cents, to be honest. But to be honest, I think what they're doing is they're buying obviously something small so that they can use those cards and make sure that they work, and then go for bigger ticket items somewhere else. But I would like it if they would just move on from my small business to somewhere else, because to be honest, this is just too much. Like, I don't want to deal with this today. I've actually contemplated about just closing my big cartel altogether, but then I'm like, no, I mean, I've worked too hard to get it to where it is. Starting all over again, I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm going to keep it on maintenance mode for maybe a day or so, and see if they move on to someone else. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to do with my account, but it is getting on my last nerve today. On a happier note, I've been working very hard at doing some new illustrations. So I'm trying to build up my Printify store with my illustrations. I'm not going to be one of those print on demands where I just follow trends and make something just so that I can sell it. I want to make things that follow my design, or things that I've wanted to do, but we're limited in my big cartel because, keeping t-shirt stock on hand, like we've always talked about, is daunting unless you wear actual t-shirt. If that's my bread and butter is t-shirt business, then that's great. But I enjoy making designs and go, oh, that would look awesome on a t-shirt, and offer it. But I don't want to get stuck with trying to have to stock all the colors and all the sizes. And then, if I pick, small to extra large or 2X, then there's going to be well, do you have it in 3X? And then I get stuck with 3X because nobody else wants to buy them. You can't get the good quote because you're buying them one off, so you're paying higher prices. I don't have the mindset to deal with that, so I'm sticking with how I'm doing my Printify shop. And I want to kind of take some of the illustrations I've done and make them into t-shirt designs or something that I can put out there. So I have a lot of ideas for dogs and cats and things that I'd like to do as t-shirts. I did put up my first sweatshirt, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I mean, the rest of this week, I believe, I just spent my lunch break. I got my stock over here. I did my keychains, so I can cross those off my list. So that leaves me, the only things that I have left to do is to cut my stickers, which I did print, but still have yet to cut. I kind of swore off the Cricut after the disaster with the other stickers because I still haven't figured out how to do that yet. So yeah, other than the stickers, the only thing I have left replenished are a few towels. So I sold some of the evergreen towels that I do. I'd like to get those replenished, just so that I have them on for my in-person events that are coming up. But I don't think I'm going to be doing any new designs for my t-shirts unless something, or not t-shirts, my towels, unless something hits me that I want to add. But I'd like to get rid of some of the stock that I currently have. I think I might also take this week to kind of sit and think about how I want to do my YouTube live. I was thinking of maybe doing it as like a seconds sale. I have some seconds, but for the most part, I have stock that I think I want to get rid of and kind of change direction a little bit with my store, especially for in-person. And I'd like to offload some of that product. So I think that might be the direction I go in. Still haven't forgotten about it. I'm going to work on it. But I think that's where I'm going to be for this week. I do need to also try to figure out why my wireless microphones stopped working completely. So when I plug this in, this little reader says 100%. So I've charged it even though it's at 100%, I charged it. My microphones are in there. They're pushed down in. They're not loose. They will not turn on. They stopped working last week, and I have not gotten them to work since. I have no idea why. They're not Bluetooth in any way. They're just a plug and play. So I basically got one charge out of them, and that's it. So I don't know what's damaged, if it's the microphones or if it's the actual case itself, but they're not working. So I've been trying to troubleshoot that along with the credit card thing, and I think it might just throw me over the edge today. So I am going to be logging back into work here because it's that time. And I will catch you tomorrow. Hopefully it will be a new day and everything will just magically fix itself. So I will catch you then. So hello and welcome to Wednesday. I'm trying to be in a better mood today than I was yesterday. I still have my shop on hiatus, just in case somebody wants to keep trying credit cards on it. I think tomorrow I will try to make it back to being public, but as of right now, it's on hold. I uploaded a few things to my Printify shop, which I'm pretty excited about. I had a few coffee ideas, so I put those up. And the other thing is, so my first show is going to be February 6th, and that is the Sip, Savor, and Shop Galentine's Day pop-up. And it is a 21 and over for your best gals to go and hang out. And this is a ticketed event. It is, you buy a ticket to go in, you get 2 hours of unlimited charcuterie and cannoli bar, and then you get wine. So the shoppers that are going to be there is, and I didn't realize this, there's only 8 of us, and it is a small curated little event. So I have no competition at all at this event. It is, everyone has a unique thing, so I am excited that I was chosen for this. Looks like there's sneakers, on-trend clothing, gemstones, and like stainless steel jewelry. There's a nature-inspired jewelry place. This other one is the stainless steel jewelry and gemstones, and then there's blind dates with a book kind of thing. So I am completely unique with what I have, with, you know, the list of vendors that will be there. And then there's going to be like a photo booth and things like that. So the thing that I got to think about is what I want to offer for this swag bag. I do not want to come up with, so they're offering, I forget how many people, I think 55 tickets. I am not making 55 of anything to take for February 6th. Nor do I have anything that's 55. Like I would have to make, I mean, most of my stuff's custom or, you know, things like that. So I don't want to make 55 of anything. So I think what I'm going to do is offer a discount card for each of them. So that way they can use it there. So I either might do a specific scratch off card or use the scratch offs that I currently have and have it be a specific code that they can use in my shop there, and I can actually just type in that percentage off and give it to them at the booth. It is only from 5:30 to 8, so it's not going to be a very long show, and it's going to be very tight because it's a small place. They're only giving us a 6-foot table and only giving us 1, maybe 2 chairs. And we cannot bring additional chairs or tables. So it's going to be very small little room, standing room only for the non-vendor people that are going to be there. So it's kind of like a walk around, like little high tops and kind of like an event. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think it'll be really cool. I don't know that I'm going to make a boatload of money, but it is only $25 for me to go there on a Friday night. So I would be sitting curled up on the couch anyway. And I have plenty of time to do that after the event. So there's that. And so yeah, I'm going to think about what I'm going to do for that. My actual day is over. I didn't get to film at lunch, but I am done for the day. I am so done for the day. I think that I'm gonna go upstairs. I can smell the crock pot now. We're making some really good tacos, beef in the crock pot, shredded up. So we're gonna be doing that, and then it's another karate night, so I will be taking trusty iPad with me and making some designs for my t-shirts. I kind of want to build up the Printify shop a little bit. So I think that's where I'm going to be. And then, yeah, just continuing to, you know, here I am, how many days later, still didn't cut these damn stickers. So yeah, I still got that. So I'm going to work on a bunch of little things probably tomorrow, clean up some finalized and get this moving. And then hopefully opening my shop tomorrow with no more people trying to buy stuff from my shop, and not another 200 transactions on one sticker from 8 million different credit cards. So we will catch you then. Good morning. I just wanted to jump on here real quick this morning to give you an update about my little microphones. I did reach out to the seller on Amazon, and they have asked to ship me another one to test. So the problem that I'm currently having with this is the front reads 100% charged for the actual case, but when I put the microphones in here, which do snap with a magnet, like they lock into place so that they're supposed to charge, but it's a no-go when I push the button on these, that they don't light up. So these aren't getting charged, even though this is fully charged. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens when they send me a new one. So I'm hopeful on that one. Haven't heard anything on the scammer front. I returned that money to the one credit card. Did lose the 75 cents for that. However, I still have my shop on maintenance, so I think I'm going to be changing that today so that I can kind of monitor it as the day goes on and seeing if any new cards get run through, and then have to monitor every day to make sure that they don't keep coming back to that well, because I want them to move on to someone else at this point. The other thing that I had was I did just get another order. I'll be doing more custom mugs and stickers. So that will be coming here in the next week. And today at lunch, bearing I still have electricity. I mean, it is super duper windy out here. We're supposed to get a pretty bad storm over the weekend. But we will see if the snow actually comes to fruition. But the wind is no joke today. So hopefully I don't lose power or internet today. But my hope is to get some stuff done. I do want to get my tax stuff kind of buttoned up and, you know, that kind of stuff. I did make my sales tax payment, so I'm all legit there. I am also legit with my annual report, so I am making progress, even though it feels like I'm really not doing anything at all business wise these last few weeks. But you know, it is a slow week, so this is or slow couple weeks at the beginning of the year, so you know, it is what it is. I also got the email that Moon Market will be accepting vendors again this year. They are changing things up a little bit with their participation. So normally we just pick 3 dates and run with it. I like to pick, like it runs from June to September, and it's every other Wednesday. So I'm not particularly keen on doing June because people really don't come to a farmer's market in June. It's more later in the season when they're looking for, you know, fruits, vegetables, and things like that. And we've gone there as participants, not vendors, and it's not as busy as it is in your July, August, and September. So I don't particularly want to do June, but they're bundling these in packages now, so you get 2 dates together. And I'd still like to do 3, so I either pick one and do 2 dates, or I pick 2 packages and get 4 dates. So I'm still on the fence, but that will be Monday. The application will start. So I would need to pick what dates I want. So I'm looking at possibly doing, for sure, I want to do July 8th and 9th, but I'm looking at the June 24th and August 26th as well. So I might put that on as a secondary. If I get it, great. If I don't, I won't be too upset, but I kind of missed the way it was set up before. But I do understand they're doing it to make it easier on them with vendors that don't show up and things like that. But they are adding some cool little perks for parking and things like that. So it is definitely growing, which is awesome. And I am excited to be a part of it. So I am going to be logging here into work. It is about that time. And I am looking forward to getting some stuff done at lunch. So I will catch you then, and we'll get some stuff done. Check you then. Hey everybody, welcome to Friday. And I feel bad because I really didn't do anything other than I did do a few illustrations last night. So here is what I was thinking of doing for spring. I worked on this last night and drew this up in Illustrator. I'm going to look at doing all the breeds. My original sketch was this, which was, I just wanted a little pop in a field with flowers. I'm still trying to figure out the logistics and how I want it to look, but the nice thing is since this is a vector graphic, it's got the hand-drawn, it can be enlarged and I can put it on anything, a billboard or a postage stamp. So this way I don't have to worry about it. So I did a few other breeds. I'm going to try to stick to the common breeds first and then expand if need be. I don't have any updates on the scammers, but I am going to toggle my account today and then monitor it throughout the day while I'm sitting here at work. I can keep refreshing my transactions dashboard on Stripe to make sure that no other stolen credit cards are being used. If they are, then I'm going to go back and pause my account again. This kind of is a little more than frustrating, but I don't know any other way around it at this point. It's one of those, it has to happen for you to be able to do something. There's no preemptive way to prevent somebody from doing that. So, if anything, small businesses, do your due diligence because they think small businesses don't monitor that kind of stuff. So you need to keep an eye out and make sure that you're watching your accounts for stolen credit cards being entered. So with that said, also I got an update on these little guys. I got a hold of the seller on Amazon and they're sending me a new set. So we'll see if these ones work. I'm glad I looked because these would have been at the 30-day refund. So I'm glad I reached out when I did because then I wouldn't have been able to get a refund. So I also want to work on a tablescape this weekend for the upcoming event. Since there's only going to be 50 people, I'm not doing the full grid walls and the whole thing. I'm just going to keep it real small and intimate. So I kind of want to work on that. And since we're getting hammered this weekend with snow, we will not be leaving the compound here at on Sunday, probably most of Saturday too. I don't want to be out in the people flocking stores to buy stuff. So we are going to do like an online order, pick up, get the hell out of there and stay home and just kind of veg. So that will be a good time for me to set up my table and kind of figure that out. So there will be a lot of drawing and some tablescapes. I'm hoping to get back into the swing of things next week with making some things. I still have these stickers looming over me. I got to work on these and get a set of those out and ready for the show. And yeah, so unfortunately not a huge busy week, but we're easing in. So we will catch you next week. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you can. And I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great week. Bye, everybody.